again and again is that the world with these games never say thank you. I mean, just a simple thank you for saving the princess again, or the country, or the world, or the universe, it would be nice. And so what the world will do is, occasionally people will walk up to you and say, you're a bloke that saved this town, aren't you? I think you're bloody brilliant. And you just feel nice. You know, I'm doing a good job. We all like praise. So those are two cheesy things. They're two cheap things. That's not the big one. The big one's this. And this, the thing that I'm going to show you, is just behind these stones here. Now, let me talk about this engine first of all. This is really work in progress. It's really scrappy, really ugly. The lighting's all wrong. The hero's not right. Please don't pay attention to that. Please just look at the thing I'm going to show you. The big thing that will instill emotions in you that you have not experienced in the game before is a dog. Yes, I know, that sounds like a really stupid idea, doesn't it? But I'm going to try and prove to you that if this works, it's going to be fantastic. So here he is. He's my dog. He's uniquely my dog. Everyone's dogs will be different, different in looks and different in behaviour. I'm kind of responsible for him, and he's kind of responsible for me. And let's talk about the three areas of the dog that are important. Firstly, the look of him. He's fully morphable, just like the hero is. His hair grows. He will change to look more vicious and more Doberman-like if you're evil. He'll change to look cuter and more sheepdoggy-like if you're good. We spend a huge amount of time on his blending animation, on his behaviour. The way his mind works is particularly interesting. We've implemented as the equivalent of Isaac Asimov's law of robotics in his mind. His number one thing that is the most important thing to him is he must not aggravate you. That's beyond everything else. He will not aggravate you. If he aggravates you, we've lost you. So his number one thing is not to aggravate you. His number two thing is he absolutely loves you. He loves you like no other character has ever loved you in a computer game. He thinks you're fantastic. He feels terrible if you're hurt. He's really worried about what's going on around you in the world. And we're going to show you and prove that to you. And then the number three thing is that he looks after himself. So that's his mind, that's his look. How do you control this mutt? Well, we could have chosen to use all sorts of buttons, you know, attack and follow and come and wait, and I don't know, you could have here, do a trick and all that. But instead we decided to have no buttons at all to control the dog. None. And the reason we decided that is that we realised that actually doing that broke this bond that you had with him. But you still can absolutely control him, even though you've got no buttons. Well, I'm going to prove that to you now. So, how do you control the dog? Well, for a start, he's noticed I'm walking around. He's just got up. Now, if I start going on a little walk, he'll start coming along. You notice he's looking back the whole time. He's looking at what I'm doing. I can go for a run with him. He increases his speed. He's turning around. He paused there a moment because there's something else he's trying to get me to do, but not insisting on it. So just going around with his dog's important. It is important. And that's how you control the dog. You play the game. That's all you do. And there's all sorts of interesting game mechanics that come out. Let me show you some of the cute things first before we get into the adventuring. First cute thing I'm going to show you is you can buy him stuff because you love him. And one of the things I brought him a while ago is his bloody squeaky ball, which he has been playing with repetitively, and I've been meaning to tell him off about for some time. And so I'm going to tell him off now. Now, we had in Fable 1 something called expressions, and we've got for expressions in Fable 2, and he is very sensitive to those expressions, as you will see. So, for example, if I want to tell him off, I'm going to use one of my expressions to tell him off. And that's this expression. I'll do it again.
No.
Do it a third time.
No.
He's got it. All the expressions work with the dog, even if you want to do. He's a bit pissed off now. That's how I feel like doing. You oh, pissed off, excuse me. So I can do one like this. I can go and scare him. It's quite nice doing that. It's quite funny showing it off. And it's particularly funny if you're British. The Americans don't find this funny at all. They just think we're weird, but this is funny for us. The dog turns over. Yeah. So using the expressions playing with your dog is part of this as a role play. I'll tell you what is cool, man. What is really cool, and I forgot to tell everyone about this. This is the first interview I told about this. Is playing with your dog and your kid. That is so lovely. It's a lovely, cool moment. Of course, really, we should forget all this because we are adventurers and we should be out on an adventure. So you don't have to do any of this stuff. You don't want to. We will now go on an adventure. Right. How does he know that we go on an adventure? He's got intelligence. What I've done is I've set up this part. He's having a wee at the moment because he's getting himself ready. I've set up this part of the world here just purely as a test to demonstrate some of his behaviour. I've set up this part of the world as this is a road we've been on lots of times before. What's his gameplay job in that situation? That is to hunt out stuff that maybe I've not seen, point out stuff that's changed, watch my back, look out for any danger. So there is a real gameplay stuff that's there. Forget all this ball throwing stuff. I didn't throw his ball actually. Let's just do that. Forget all this playing stuff. I mean, I could have done this for hours. Where's it gone? I could have. Where's his bastard gone? Actually, I forgot to tell you though something. For some reason, we do breed particularly evil testers, and I found out a tester at Minehead the other day playing with the dog on the side of a cliff, repeatedly throwing his ball off a 200-foot cliff, and this dog would go launching off the side of the cliff. So we had to put that third self-preservation rule in there. Anyway, off we go. So yeah, I'm walking down this path, and his job now is to do scouting for me, to point out what's changed, to dig up some treasure, to look out for anything that's changed. And there's the other important thing, so that's real gameplay there. There's one other important thing that I want you to bear in mind. If you look at the screen, where is the minimap? Now, one of the real disappointments in Fable 1 is that you could play the whole of the game by just looking at the minimap. I don't want that, because, you know, we spent millions of pounds and hundreds of hours of effort with this 3D world, and you need to play on just a mini-map. It's just crazy. So, he is also your guide, and I want to say a lot more. He's not the complete replacement for it, but he does guide you, and he's going to do that now. We could come off, and we could go off down here into that rubble, but he's kind of saying, no, come on, let's go down here. And so he's got that sixth sense about that. So there's real gameplay here. And he's saying come off down here. And if I start going down here, his behaviour will change. Because this is somewhere that's new. It's somewhere we haven't been before. He's scouting a little bit further ahead because he wants to warn me about anything that's coming. And that's really useful gameplay for you. And I'm doing all this without buttons, by the way. And he's just stopped now, and he's warning me, without being in audible range of what's up ahead, he's warning me about these guys here. And these are Hobbs from Fable 1, and he's saying, you know, these are a danger, and he really loves me, these are a danger. Now, how can I control him? Sure, I need an attack button now, don't I? Well, I've already got an attack button, in that I can draw my sword, and that tells the dog, get ready to start going to attack. And if I start moving towards it, he will start attacking. What will he attack? Because I've got a sword out, there's a guy here with a gun, there's two guys with maces here. he'll attack the guy with the gun, because that's the biggest threat to me.